Welcome to the Kareem Report, aka Mr. 100 Likes. How you guys doing? Wow, let's get to it. Let's get to it, man. Deion Sanders called out LeBron James and all NBA superstars. Deion Sanders was a public speaker, a motivational speaker for the Philadelphia 76ers in Colorado, and he said a lot of powerful things. He said he don't really watch much pro football, but one of the guys asked him about leadership and the captain of the team, and you know, the hierarchy on the team as far as players. And he said something very interesting. Like I said, this definitely went for like LeBron James and, you know, a lot of NBA superstars. He said, there's no way you could call yourself a captain and every time you turn around, you want to go to another team. And he said leadership, and a lot of this was, he was definitely talking about Joel Embiid also. He was like, when you fall short, you got to take blame and responsibility. Joel Embiid, for a long time, he always deflect. My bad. He said, I ain't trying to hear my bad or nothing. He said, it starts with the superstar players. They got to play well in big moments. It's nothing else to it. This is where James Harden should have been there. Damn. I would have gave anything for James Harden to be there. I do believe that James Harden was getting cuddled with a lot of stops he'd been. He was the man on the team. Nobody told him direct. But I wish he was part of that meeting. It was very powerful. Salute to Deion Sanders. And there's so much truth in that. So much truth in that. Elder and I always talked about, you know, today's NBA players. And a lot of young guys think that, you know, we shame and say things about today's NBA players. But it's the truth. It's a lot of deflecting my bad, excuses, or I was playing hurt, or, you know, it's very uncomfortable. And a lot of times these coaches don't have the power to say some of the stuff to the star players. Like Deion said, I don't care what, you know, if Deion was coaching a professional basketball team, a lot of guys, you know, he hurt their feelings. Because a lot of these basketball players, they very weak. They very weak mentally and everything. The basketball players is like worse than anything as far as football, baseball, hockey, professional sports. And like he said, you can't call yourself captain and leader of the team and you're always ready to leave. You can't. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times they deflect, oh, it's not me, it's this person, that person. You know, they do it subtly, different things like that. And it's true. And like I said, as far as Joel Embiid never takes responsibility. That loss on you. You and Harden didn't show up for both years, this year and last year when y'all lost to Miami. And it had to be something in you to, you know, that loss is on you. You can't blame the guys. It's just a lot of things he said was on point. Even the part, I like what he said when he was talking about, when they said about role players, how a lot of them get gassed up and thinking they more than what they is, and they start chirping, and they be, oh, I'm leaving, and they not them guys. A lot of them guys is not them guys. A lot of NBA players ain't good as a lot of people think. A lot of people is not as good as people think, and not as good as they think they is. You know what I'm saying? I watch it, and I study this game, and I call people out on it, and people don't like certain things I say, but it be the truth and me watching. Some players be good, but this is where they at. I like to call out exactly what it is with a player. You can't just go and you know, because you think a player going to be better and put him at a certain rate. And it's time. You have to, everything takes time. You can't, because a guy have a good playoff series or great playoff series, you can't say, oh, and you elevate him like that. And he may had maybe a quarter of a good season and you rate him over guys who've been doing it for a long time. You cannot do that. His sample size, you can't compare that. You can't compare and say he's better than him because he has, let's say, 20-game sample size where he played great. Let's say from the end of the year, maybe he played well in the playoffs, to compare to a guy who has hundreds of games, played playoff games. Like you can't do that. It's not fair. to elevate him above that guy. You know, unless he just was dominant. But if you're not dominant and you just play well, I'm not quick to elevate guys over certain guys like that. They have to have that body of work. That body of work matters, you know. But and people pick and choose when they want to use body of work. I see it. This is why I don't get into debates. It's definite when it comes to they use stats when it benefits some players. And it benefits body of work than when it's other players. So it's not a fun argument. But Deion Sanders, y'all definitely need to see that. The speech to Philadelphia 76ers. And it was great, man. It was great. It was refreshing. I connected with everything he said. And it was the truth. Like he said, he don't really watch pro football. But like he said, you could tell he's in tune with a lot of stuff with basketball. And a lot of these basketball players be babies. And they mentally weak and they soft. So I think, don't call these guys, you can't say they leaders. That changes. When you constantly wants to, and I'm not just saying just LeBron James. This go for Kevin Durant and a lot of players. You know, constantly. I ain't counting guys who, I won't put Dame in that situation. Because, you know, I will still say Dame leader. Dame stuck around and there was a lot of little things in between times. A lot of things that happened, and he's not directly said he wants to leave. He wanted them to trade their third pick to get some veteran players. So I won't put Dame in that and say Dame not a leader. But guys who constantly want to leave and bickering and complain, you can't. You can't, and it's the truth. You cannot say that. How you lead and you want to leave? You know, but definite, man. Go check that out. I'm definitely going to go live. We're gonna go in on this same subject live. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.